You got driver's license, man?
I don't answer questions.
First off, I'm not your worker.
You're my worker. No, no. You are definitely my worker.
Let's get that straight first. I do not work for you, okay?
Officer Hemphill says he does not work for us.
You do pay the taxes that help pay my salary, but I do not work for you. I am not.
That's right. I pay your salary.
Employee, okay? Okay? So you do not pull up here and say, I'm wondering why my employees are...
You are my worker, Lord. Badge number, sir.
How you doing? I'm calling Florida Grand Parish Sheriff's Office.
Thank you, sir.
Walked right up to it, walked all the way around it, into the window, up to the light bar. He looked around the name, all the way down the front of it, to the Ford emblem, to my number in the front of it.
Say that again for the camera.
No, you can't.
Officer Hemphill says he's going to tow my vehicle and
Walk up to my patrol vehicle and start filming me without
this is
preparation.
great. This is terrific.
Okay?
You have no idea what's going on.
I do have authorization to get out and identify you because that is suspicious, okay? That is very suspicious.
You have no idea what's going on. I will sue your ass.
I don't care what you do. We have lawyers for that. Go stand in the grass.
You got lawyers for that.
Yeah.
They're stalking my house. They're on my street now, stalking my house. It's them pulling away. For what?
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
What am I being arrested for? What am I being detained for?
All right, guys. All right. Shalom, everybody. Hey, sorry I haven't been on here for a minute with some fresh content, but I'll be hitting the road soon and doing what we do. But the reason that I'm doing this live right now, a few weeks ago, James Freeman. The reason that I'm doing this live hold on a second. Let me shut this up right here. A few weeks ago, James Freeman. He did a story, you know, he did like a little story about a gentleman down south who goes by, his channel is called Third Coast Copwatch. He's a small channel, but what happened to him resonated with me. I really felt as if I wanted to help get his story out. And when I first started auditing and actually posting on YouTube, I talked to a gentleman in Illinois who had been at it for a while, and he kind of gave me some nuggets, some information, some pointers, if you will. And I remember one of the things he told me very clearly. He said there's 2 states that you don't want to audit in right now because you're going to be treated badly. They are corrupt states. And those 2 states were Arkansas and Louisiana. And I've done a audit or 2 in Arkansas. I haven't been everywhere, but you know, but I heard Louisiana was terrible. It's the good old boy network. It's, you know, back in the day, it's, you know, I'm the sheriff in town and, you know, this kind of stuff. And the judges and everybody are all in cahoots. So getting a fair shake down there in a lot of these places is going to be very difficult unless you have the money and the exposure and the will to affect change down there. Like, it's really corrupt. So when I saw the video of what happened to Third Coast Copwatch, it made me think of what that auditor told me, because it was that egregious. If you haven't seen this yet, hold on, because it's legit. This man, Third Coast Copwatch, you won't believe how corrupt these police are. It is egregious. He had got arrested, and I actually Pata filed a FOIA request. By the way, shout out to Loose Cunt, Carla Medina, Soon2win Audits, anybody else in there that I'm not seeing right now. Appreciate y'all. But ProveAllThingsAudits filed a public records request. Sorry about the camera here, guys. I know it's kind of fading out the background on me here. Anyway, we filed a public records request to get information about this when he was arrested. And they told me, my records request, that they need my ID to prove that I'm of the age of majority. So they didn't send me any of my records because I have to prove that I'm at least, I guess the age of majority there, I believe, is 16. So I got to prove that I'm 16 years old to get a records request. So I wonder how many children are out submitting FOIA requests to the government. I just stupid ass law, but that was their reason. They use attorneys down there. Attorney is Blue Williams. That's the name of the firm. So I gotta, like, you send us this and prove this, and maybe we'll give you the records, but they blur the line saying, oh, the records are confidential, and they play that game. So I never met Third Coast or anything. I was just trying to find out what was going on with him, because after they arrested him, there was no more information out there. So I was just, trying to do some research to figure this out. So anyway, before we bring Third Coast on actually, I'll probably go ahead and bring him on first, because I'm going to have him kind of let us know which video to watch first. But we're going to actually watch the videos and check out what happened at Third Coast not too long ago. So everybody, here goes Third Coast Cop Watch. Welcome him in, and let's see what he has to say about all this. Welcome, Third Coast Cop Watch to Prove All Things, man.
Hey, thank you, man. I'm glad to be here.
All right, so if you don't mind, just kind of set the stage for what happened to you, and without maybe giving out too much, because I don't want to spoil the video, but just let me know what video you want me to start with, and kind of just, maybe just set the stage a little bit on what the hell happened to you not too long ago regarding these police down there.
Okay. The first video is cop watcher illegally arrested, lawsuit incoming. And what happened in that video is coming out of my street, okay, there's a little highway right there. And day after day, there's police cars. They are parked in the middle of the crossover. And sometimes it'll be 2, sometimes it'll be 3 or 4 of them. And there's no way for the public to get through there, and it'll cause a wreck. And this cop watch wasn't supposed to happen. I was just on my way to the store. But I seen this again. So I figured, you know what, I'm going to get out and take a picture of this, film it, so people can see what's going on, what they're doing here. And that's what started it all, and that's how the whole thing unfolded. I ended up going to jail that day. They followed me to my house. They stalked me.
Which video? Let's see the video first. Which video is it? The first one that you're talking about? What's the name of it?
Okay, it's called Cop Watch. It's called Cop Watcher illegally arrested, lawsuit incoming.
Cop Watch illegally. So I'm not seeing that one right here. Okay,
should be the first one on this.
Yep, there it goes. All right, guys. So we're not going to watch every minute of this, but well, let's just see how it goes. But anyway, I'm going to put this stream up. You guys check out what happened here. So like he said, he pulled over. He sees these cops sitting in the median. He decides to film them, and that kind of stuff happens. You guys see that all the time. But what happened after that is why we're on this live right now. Okay, so let's go here.
Yeah, they're just talking. They ain't working. I don't answer questions.
I hope the audio is working good. If the audio is good, guys, drop me a 10 if it's good. If it's bad, drop a 1. Hey, Victor. It's Creola Police Department in Louisiana. Hopefully I said that right.
I don't answer questions. Name and badge number.
No.
Name and badge number.
Driver's license.
Name and badge number, sir.
Driver's license.
Name and badge number.
Driver's license.
I'm not required to ID. Name and badge number. Oh.
Here you go.
Thank you for the call. Can you speak it verbally for the camera?
I need your driver's license.
I need your name and badge number verbally for the camera.
It's on the camera. It's on my business card.
I need it for the camera. Name and badge number.
What are you doing out here?
I don't answer questions.
Sorry.
Have I broken the law?
Yeah, you're parking on the left shoulder of the road.
That's the side of the road. So are you.
Yeah, with a white male that just walked up to my unit.
First Amendment rights, sir.
We'll be out here. What's 67.
Name and badge number, sir.
What
You refuse to give me your name and badge
what's
number?
your driver's license? Give me your driver's license.
I don't answer questions.
Okay, that's not how this works, friend. You don't just
No,
pull
that's
up
how it
on
works.
the side of the road and just start filming us and refuse to identify yourself. That's not how this
Yes, I
works.
do.
That's not how this works.
I can
okay?
refuse to identify. It's my First
No,
Amendment
you
right,
can't. Not in
sir.
the state of Louisiana.
Yes, I can.
You're not going to walk up to a police car and just start filming it and make yourself into a situation and not identify yourself. If you
I definitely
if you wanna
will.
put yourself into a situation, you're going to identify yourself, okay? So I need you to identify yourself, okay?
So if I get this right, these cops are at this point triggered because you are approaching them. They're not big stud on campus, if you know what I'm saying. And now they want to flex their perceived authority over you because they don't like the fact that you came up there and recorded. Is that synopsis about right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's what the problem was. They didn't like being filmed in another video. When I got the body cam, I used show Ethan Hemphill saying over the radio that he's running my name because I filmed his patrol car all the way around it. So that
Right.
the camera was what was bothering.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, totally. It is. This is a tyrant behavior. This is typical tyrant behavior that you're seeing here, guys. But you know, it hasn't. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Or at least not get ahead of myself. It hasn't went too crazy yet. Let's keep watching.
Hemphill.
I just need you to identify yourself.
No, you don't.
Yes, sir.
No, you don't.
Yes, sir. But where are you from?
I don't answer questions.
Where are you from?
I don't answer questions.
Why? What? Why?
I don't answer questions.
Why? Why are you being like this, sir? Why did you come?
This is Officer Hemphill. He seems to think I have to identify myself when I haven't broken the law.
Why did you come over? Why did you pull over on the left
Officer
side
Hemphill.
and walk up to my patrol vehicle and just start doing this?
I don't have to answer questions, officer. I'm sorry. It's my First Amendment right. I don't have to do that.
Okay. Well, you can't park on the left side of the road and just like film us and just refuse to leave.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. This is public.
You can't do this.
So are you telling me I have to leave a public area? That's what you're telling me I have to do. And if I don't leave, what's going to happen?
Well, I'm going to tow your vehicle.
You're going to tow my vehicle?
Yes. You cannot park it on the left shoulder of the road. You're going to park your vehicle and leave it in that right-hand shoulder of the road. I'm just trying to figure out why you parked your truck.
I'm trying to figure out why my workers are sitting here talking and they're not doing their job.
Sorry, guys.
That's why
I'm messing up the whole thing.
Okay, first off, I'm not
I'm
your
looking
worker.
at-
You're my worker. No,
I'm
no.
not.
You are definitely my worker.
Let's get that straight first.
Officer
I do
Hemphill.
not work for you, okay?
Officer Hemphill, come on now.
Do not ever. I work for Stephen McCain, okay?
Officer Hemphill says he does not work for us.
You do pay the taxes that help pay my salary, but I do not work for you. I am not.
That's right. I
I'm
pay
not
your salary.
employee, okay? Okay. So you do not pull up here and say, "I'm wondering why my employees are."
You are my
people
worker.
sitting-" I'm not your worker, okay?
This
Let's
guy's
get it
triggered,
right
man.
now, okay. What did you run? What was it come back? Is it him? It didn't come over. Is your name Robert Thompson?
I don't answer questions.
Why?
It's my First Amendment right not to.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It's my Fifth Amendment right not
But-
to answer questions. I'm sorry.
But you do live in the state of Louisiana,
Officer Hemphill, I kind of like this guy.
where it does, where you are required to identify yourself when you're subject to a law enforcement investigation. Okay.
I'm subject to a law
Yes, sir.
enforcement investigation.
Because you took it upon yourself to park your truck on the left shoulder of the road and approach my patrol vehicle and start filming it all the way around it. And so now you've asserted yourself into my business. I didn't pull you over. I didn't.
I'll move it for you.
initiate a-
I'll
No, no,
move
no,
the
you're
car
gonna
for
stay
you.
here.
I'm going to stay right here. I'm under.
Subject of a law enforcement investigation now. You don't leave until you are identified. So that's what I'm saying. If you'll just go ahead and tell me your name,
I don't answer
you
questions.
can leave and like do whatever you want to do, and you can send your video to Town Talk KLB. I don't care who you send it to.
I don't answer questions.
I just would prefer you identify yourself. I just find it kind of strange that you just walk up to a police car and start filming it.
All right, so you heard it there. It wasn't about where he parked, wasn't about anything he did, nothing that he no driving, none of that. The whole problem was that he was filming, and the cop found it strange that he was filming, and therefore it became a pissing contest to get the ID, although there was no violation of the law at all. You guys see this? This is the beginning of the big problem that these officers have started here. What do you say, third coast, at this point in the video?
Yeah, that's exactly right. They, like you said, they were triggered about me filming. They didn't want to be on camera. Look, this department has been doing this for decades. They've been stepping on rights, and that's why they don't want to be on camera. And these two officers are actually known for pulling people over when they have a camera and taking their camera out of the vehicle and running off with it. They don't like cameras.
I would absolutely believe it. These are the type of officers that you wouldn't want at a heated type of a protest, anything like that where emotions run high, because they would not be able to handle themselves. A police officer that's acting professional would conduct himself in a proper manner, even in a stressful or unusual situation. So these officers at this point are operating off of their feelings. They're not operating after the law at all. They're operating after their feelings, and it's obvious they are, because they're trying to jam him up for something he has a right to do. And that's now going to balloon further out. So let's keep watching.
Yeah, I'm not answering questions today.
Like I said, he walked over to the all the way around, and he will not provide me with his name. Can you send a picture of his driver's license to my 21, please?
I don't know what's going on here.
Are you from this area?
I don't answer questions.
Why?
I don't. I already told you it's my Fifth Amendment right.
Any reason why?
I don't answer questions.
All right. I'm going to need to see some identification for him.
Under what?
Because now you run your driver's license plate, and it's not showing up to anybody that has a valid driver's license.
I'm sorry.
Are you? Is that you?
I don't answer questions.
Do you I need to see some sort of identification, man.
Oh, what? What happens if I don't?
Probably gonna detain you.
Huh?
I'm gonna detain you.
You're gonna detain me?
Yes, sir.
So I will
Because
be.
I'm trying to figure out how that car wound up on the shoulder of this road with a person that we can't find a driver's license.
So will I be under arrest if I don't give you my driver's license?
This depends.
It depends on what.
If you have a valid driver's license, you can produce it for me. Then we'll run it and make sure everything's good, but if you can't,
See, failure to ID is a secondary charge. You have to have a primary charge before you can charge you with failure to ID.
Well, now you're illegally parked on the side of the road.
That's the original charge. It's parked on the
That's charge number one. Second is failure to identify.
Okay, so if I don't identify, will I go to jail?
Yeah, resisting an officer.
You will take me to jail if I fail to identify.
Yes,
Okay, that's all I need to hear. Thank you. See if I got it on me. I'll give it to you now. I don't have it on me, but I'll give you my driver's license number.
Why not? You know, it's a Louisiana state law that you're required to carry your identification.
I don't answer questions, but I have my driver's license number for you guys, and I have my name and everything you want if you'd like to take it down.
So why did we go to this extent of spending you to provide us with your name?
I needed that for legal reasons, Officer Hemphill.
I'm just curious why.
I don't answer questions.
Driver's license number, Thompson.
1927 5430. It's a Texas driver's license.
How long have you been living in Louisiana?
I don't answer questions.
How long have you lived in Louisiana?
I don't answer
That's
questions.
another citable offense. It doesn't matter to me.
I don't answer
Okay,
questions.
because you,
All right, so here's some more BS. How long have you been living in Louisiana? That's another citable offense. So even though he hasn't told him a time, they claim it's a citable offense, although he hasn't told him a time. So that's how thirsty these police officers are. Well, these are pigs. They're not police officers. This is how thirsty these pigs are to jam him up. It's all about retaliation. Here's a little tidbit, guys. If you've ever get stopped by a cop and they ask you how long you've been somewhere, let's say you're out of state, you moved somewhere, any of that stuff, don't ever answer that question. You're incriminating yourself. They're only asking you that to potentially jam you up. You know, I don't care if you've been there for 3 days. You don't even answer that question. Don't answer none of those questions. Just never talk to cops. Most of the time they're talking to you is because, especially in a situation where you know they're nefarious, you know, they're just trying to jam you up. So I'll give you props, man. You did the right thing by not talking and giving up information to these police officers, because you know their intent is simply to find something to jam you up with. You know,
it's a trap.
So yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, it's a trap. It's just set there and trap you. All the questions, every question they ask you is meant to trap you so they can try to get you incarcerated, tow your car, just jam you up and mess up your life.
Yeah, why would you tell them, oh yeah, I've been here for 3 months or whatever it is. I just haven't got around to changing my license plate, registration, driver's license, whatever it is that they're requiring you. You know, the wisest thing you guys could say, you know, if you feel like you want to answer something is, you know, I'm going back and forth. You know, I go back and forth, you know, I go back wherever the other thing is at, you know, you travel around, you know. So don't ever just admit you've been somewhere living like you moved to another place from a different place that you just haven't got around to changing your driver's license for the last couple months or something. Because a lot of these states do have laws where if you relocate, you have a set amount of time in order to change over your registration and your driver's license. But they don't know how long you've been there and don't give them that information. It's just that simple. All right, let's keep going.
It's not citable. I got a certain amount of time. It's not citable. Also, Hemphill, what are those stripes? You a sergeant? You're a corporal.
Yes, sir.
You got a little ring. Well, you should know people don't have to identify in the state of Louisiana just because you ask them.
But they do. Now, if they were walking, if no then no, they don't. But when they subject themselves to a criminal investigation like this, yes, you do have to identify yourself. Okay. But if you haven't committed any violation or broke any law, then no, you don't have to identify yourself. But
name and badge number, please, sir. Can you speak it verbally for the camera?
CR4. You can read.
CR4. What is it? I can't pronounce that.
You see on your camera right there? C. Busby, B-U-S-B-Y.
C. Busby. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Mr. C. Busby, what's your rank? I don't want to call you Mister.
Excuse me.
Officer.
Officer. Okay, officer. While I'm being identified, if I have my car right here, why were you parked right in the middle of the road there, having a conversation? Talking to, that makes it legal?
Yes, sir.
No, that's incorrect. Actually, officers are under the same laws as the road as regular civilians
yes, sir.
are.
But I mean, you don't know how long we've been sitting there.
Yes, I do. I passed you about 15 minutes ago.
3 minutes when you went down the road and turned around to come back. Just start your issue. You were staring at us. Come back up to us. And that's when you come back to start this one.
And that's when it's, so this is about retaliation.
Oh, no.
It's about retaliation.
What are we retaliating?
You inserted your
Of course, it's not retaliation. That would just be silly. What's retaliation? No, we wouldn't do that.
self into this situation, sir.
We didn't call you like, hey.
I'm going by the law. I can legally video you
Oh,
guys.
absolutely.
I
I mean, I'm videotaping you, sir, no problem. But I mean,
see that.
such a fact of that is that you illegally parked your vehicle on the side of the road, walked over here and failed to identify.
I identified for you.
Yeah, you finally did. We appreciate it.
After we had
Where's
to
your
ask
body
you about
camera at, Mr.
They
Henfield?
don't have
Corporal Henfield? Sorry.
Fair Sheriff's Office not required to have body cameras.
I understand that. This policy, you have to require it.
And I think they like it that way.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey, could you guys stand together so I can get a shot of y'all together?
This isn't picture day. We
I'll
don't.
put it on the internet for y'all.
That's fine.
So are you guys gonna cite me or are you guys gonna cite me?
It just depends on what your driver's license comes back as.
You still waiting on it?
Yeah.
Well, the dispatch, boy.
Huh?
The dispatch ain't doing too good, huh?
Yeah, they're doing a pretty good job.
Okay.
But they also have to answer all the 911 calls that come in. You never know what happens. So.
I understand. Yeah, taser. That's some small magazines you got there. What size are those?
Thank you for noticing. It's none of your business.
No, man, you're right. It's a Glock, man, 2 Glock magazines. I say,
Any particular reason why you're
I say
scoping out
6.
my gear?
I say 16 rounds, but I could be mistaken. They look kind of small.
They really don't like that. Now he's asking about their equipment and things of that nature. This cop is just really look at his expression. This guy is pissed off.
The equipment we paid for.
Say what? Did you say something?
The equipment we paid for.
Yeah, equipment we paid for.
Yeah,
How dare you record them and approach them? You know, that's the funny thing is the cops that act extra paranoid and go too far when you approach them. I see that sometimes. You walked up on an officer. Well, yeah, I did. What's the problem with that? You know, you approached a cruiser, like they say it's with such ferocity, like that's the crime of the century is you approached a cruiser. You know, how dare you? This is so stupid. All right, let's go.
Am I being detained, bro?
They can't see that this is a test. I mean, they're that stupid. Isn't it obvious if some random guy walking up to the police with a camera, isn't that obvious that they're being tested? Are they that thick that they don't see that? I don't understand why they don't understand that that's a test. Like, you're testing them. You're testing their reaction. You're testing their respect for the public to record them. They should be sir, you know, can we help you? What is there something? Is there a problem with your vehicle? You know, is there something we can assist you with? And if you go, hey, no, I'm just out, you know, recording. I see you guys sit here a lot, and you're, you know, you kind of rib them slightly. I mean, you didn't go off on them, but you know, they should just go, you know, hey, it's one of those citizens that like to record people. He's holding us accountable. He's asking questions. And if they don't want to deal with you, they should identify and just boogie on out of there. But the fact that they are sitting there and escalating this situation into trying to make it into a crime is the problem in a nutshell. And what they did after this, you guys stay tuned. I haven't seen this. I promise you, it gets good.
Can you state the reason I'm being detained?
I just told you
What is that again?
who you are and if you have a valid driver's license.
That's not a reason to detain somebody. You gotta give me
Now
a,
you're gonna drive down the road without a valid driver's license, right?
you gotta give me an infraction. Who says I'm gonna drive away?
You drove here. I watched you get out of the driver's seat of that vehicle parked on the shoulder of the road.
Okay.
So if it's not valid, I can guarantee you're good.
And you're gonna get the check, you're gonna get covered.
Why didn't you put your lights on as soon as I pulled over there?
I didn't know if you were broke down or what was going on.
Oh, so if I'm broke down, it's legal for me to do that? If I'm broke down.
If you're broke down, you have a reason to stop by work with your vehicle, then
Yeah, but a
absolutely.
person that's broke down isn't gonna walk up to a cop car and stop a privilege. So don't try that.
Oh, you never know these days the way cops act these days.
You never know what citizens these days. Never in a million years would I have ever walked up to a cop and started filming his cop car.
Well, you know, you guys violate our civil rights all the time. It's constant.
Really?
So citizens are taking action now.
Rights all the time. Because you're here
Yes.
with us all the time, see everything we do.
Yes, you violate civil rights every time, all the time. And we just now got cameras and we can defend ourselves and watch you guys. You know?
I can promise you one thing.
What are you smacking your fist against your hand, sir, officer?
Because I feel like it.
Is that an intimidation tactic?
Nope. Are you intimidated by it?
I was wondering if you're trying to. I don't get intimidated easily.
No. No, you're not gonna intimidate me, buddy.
I'm gonna reach in my pocket real quick, get a vape. Don't get scared and shoot me. I don't have a gun.
Well, I wouldn't reach in your pocket. A person made
If you shoot me right now, you be one stupid son of a bitch. I'll tell you that.
And nobody said they were gonna shoot you. They said don't reach in your pocket. That's why I'm bringing it up.
I showed you my pocket before I reached it. I already
No, you
reached it.
didn't.
Yeah, I just showed you I didn't have nothing in it before I
No,
reached
you
it.
didn't.
Yes,
You
I
never
did.
once showed
I
your
just
pockets.
lifted up my shirt and
You
showed
have
you.
not emptied the contents of your pockets or showed us your waistband to prove that you have.
And I will not do that. I'm not required to by law. If you try to tell me to open my pockets
Nobody's asked you
and violate my rights,
to. Nobody has asked you to. I just said that you have not done any of that to know that your pockets are empty.
I just showed you my pockets were flat again. You can tell there was a gun in there. There, see, does this make you happy?
I've seen a Derringer 22 pistol put in a pocket before.
I think the Derringer 22 50. Shut up. The only thing empty going on here is the cop's brain.
And never,
You're right, that is a small gun.
and it can fit in a pocket without any notice.
And you can take out a whole squad with that thing, I'm sure.
So yeah,
Back up. All right.
oh yeah, you're gonna love that.
See, even they know
That's
he's
a
a
bad
piece
cop
of
right
shit.
there.
Yeah. So even they know that this guy's one of those hothead, like the firecracker kind of cops. And these cops get that reputation, you know. And he knows that when the guy pulls up that he's one of those hothead, you know, off the wall, unhinged type of people. And he's glad that he showed up. I mean, he's happy that he's part of the police force.
This is what we're doing.
At least he turned on his lights.
Are you a sovereign citizen?
Name and badge number, sir.
You know what I'm calling Florida Grand Parish Sheriff's Office.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
What's going on this evening?
Corporal Flory, he's been the most honest one so far. He easily identified himself for us. He did a good job. Thank you, sir.
That's your vehicle, sir?
I don't answer questions.
That's what he got out of it. Whether it's his or not, we ain't been able to establish it. So he's illegally parked on the road?
Yes.
Shout out to Firm. All right, so now this cop, as you guys see, is walking towards Third Coast truck. This is SUV parked on the shoulder of this road. Now, this it's not some giant interstate here. It's just a county type of a highway, 2-lane type of deal here. So there's a median there, and he's clearly over there on the other side of the white line. Unlike some of these officers who kind of have their ass out into the road.
Exactly.
Although that's not typically the side people would park on, I'm not convinced that would be illegal. Is this right, Third Coast? I mean, that's not illegal to be over there, is it?
Well, technically, they could have gave me a parking ticket, but that's all that was required, and they don't need an ID for a parking ticket. They would have looked a lot better if they would have just went to my windshield, placed a parking ticket on there, and said, "Have a nice day," and got back in their cars. But they chose to go this other way. And
then the other thing is, how do they know you didn't have a problem with your vehicle? You never said 100% either way, one way or the other. They don't know if you had some issue with your fuel pump, with it overheating. I mean, they don't really know exactly. They do know you approached them, and I think that's the driving force. So they're automatically going to out. They're gonna put out that your vehicle could be disabled or broke down or have some type of issue that requires it to be on that side of the road. I'm pretty sure that's why they're not pursuing that idea. But you're right, they could just simply put a parking ticket on it. But that wouldn't have enough sting for them, would it?
No, these cops are dirty, man.
Yeah, they want a little more action than that. So let's go. Porky's walking up here to see what he can cause.
Am I still being detained? My license hasn't come back yet, huh?
Got them all in.
It's not abandoned. You just seem to get out of it. You said so yourself, Officer Hill.
Abandoned it.
No, I'm still right here with it.
You guys hear this crock of shit? Now they're going to maybe mess with the vehicle and cause problems because it's an abandoned vehicle. Abandoned. Even though the driver is literally standing next to it. But they're just trying to come up with anything. Just anything. What can we do to jam this guy up? And it doesn't even have to make sense. It just, what can we do? Abandoned vehicle when the driver's right next to you. Okay.
Oh, you're over there.
It doesn't matter. You're over there. You cannot do that legally. I swear, if you did that illegally, I'll file 1983 on your stupid ass, and I will sue you. But before I do that, I'm going to file an officer complaint form. Okay? And after I do that, I'm going to sue you, and then I'll strip you of your qualified immunity. Listen to me. I'll strip you of your qualified immunity. And then in court, I will sue you and I'll pummel you for every dollar I deserve. I promise to God if you try to tow my vehicle when I'm standing right here. Huh?
Go before I got a record for you already. So there's a vehicle parked.
I will sue you if you do that.
It's against law to park a vehicle right here.
It doesn't matter. I'm being detained right now, so my vehicle is okay. Until you tell me I'm free to leave, my vehicle is okay. Am I free to leave?
Did you park the vehicle right here?
Am I free to leave?
Did you park the vehicle right here?
Am I being detained?
Did you park the vehicle right
here? Am I being detained?
I think Corporal Floyd's asking you a question. You parked the
I don't answer questions. Am I being detained?
You don't ask questions. Why do I have to ask questions?
Am I being detained? You are an officer of the law. You serve the public. You have to answer questions.
Oh, yeah, you're an employee.
You're my work.
You don't live in Grand Parish. I work in Grand Parish.
It doesn't. I don't answer no questions. If you tow my vehicle.
Parked this vehicle right here. Parked it, walked up to my car. I was parked beside the bus hall. Walked right up to it, walked all the way around it, into the window, up to the light bar. He ran the name, all the way down the front of it to the fraud emblem or my number in the front of it.
We want to look up the law real quick, see if you can tell my shit.
He looked at my spotlight, then he looked at the tires, and then I really got scared when he looked at the hood. That's when I said, damn it, this has got to stop, because he looked at the hood.
Say that again for the camera. Well, I'm right here next to it. Is that standard procedure? Is that standard procedure? It's not abandoned. I'm standing right here with it. And you just said it's my vehicle. So how's it abandoned, sir? You just ran my plates. You just ran the plates and it confirmed it came back to me.
We don't know. You provided us with a number, but we don't know if that's you.
I gave you my ID and all my information.
You haven't given us any name.
He told my vehicle, I swear to God.
I answer the question that if that's your vehicle or not. So, I mean, I gave you.
Oh, this is good footage. This is good footage. This is great footage. So Officer Hemphill says he's going to tow my vehicle and says I failed. I can get close.
No, you can't.
Oh, yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Officer Hemphill says he's going to tow my vehicle and says it's abandoned after I'm standing here right here next to it. And I gave him my information. You're not going to do that? Oh, you throwing Corporal Flores under the bus. Officer Hemphill is throwing Corporal Flores under the bus. Oh, I'm sorry, Flory under the bus. And he's going to illegally tow my vehicle after calling the abandoned when they ran my place and it comes back to me, everything's legal on it.
We don't know who you are. So
I just gave you my information.
I don't have your information. You will refuse to
Corporal.
give me your name.
Corporal, I gave you my name. My name is Robert Thompson. I just gave it to you.
Robert Thompson.
And my driver's license number is 1927-5430. I don't answer questions.
That's the issue here. You're not answering questions, but you're not wanting us to do anything. Yet you were distracting us from doing our job, which is protecting.
All y'all had to do was sit in your car. You didn't have to come bother me.
But I'm not gonna sit there while you go and walk around and film my vehicle.
Why not? It's legal.
You parked your car illegally on the side.
Well, you said you're not gonna do nothing. It said no. You just said you won't let me stand there and film your vehicle. You didn't say nothing about the car being parked. You didn't say nothing about the vehicle being parked there, sir.
What?
You didn't say anything about the car being illegally parked just now. You said you weren't going to allow me to film your vehicle.
You illegally parked your vehicle and then walked up to my car, my patrol vehicle, and started filming it without provocation.
And that's why you got out of your car to bother me.
Because if you ask me, that is suspicious.
It's suspicious.
I have never in my career had someone walk up to my patrol vehicle and start filming me without
This is
provocation.
great. This is terrific. Okay? You have no idea what's going on.
Once again, you guys listen to what's triggering him. I've never in my career had somebody walk up and start filming me. So what? It still doesn't make it illegal. You get what I mean? Like he's telling on himself. He's telling you the real reason, Third Coast, the real reason he's pissed off. It's nothing to do with your parking. He is pissed off because you walked up to his car, what he thinks is his car, and started filming. I know that probably running through your mind at this time, isn't it? Like, that's not illegal. You're trying to teach him that. Yeah. It's annoying, maybe, to him, but it's not illegal. It's not a crime. You can't be annoyed and make up crimes. That's kind of what this is all about right here. He's annoyed, and although he knows he can't stop you from filming, because there's nothing on the books with that one, he's trying to dig up other things on you. I mean, and they get desperate, guys. Like I said, stay tuned. If you haven't seen this, it's a doozy.
To get out and identify you, because that is suspicious, okay? That is very suspicious.
You have no idea what's going on. I think you might have a little bit better, but I'm not sure.
You have no idea what's going on here, friend.
Ego. This officer's not used to somebody contesting his authority like this. I can just tell. his whole affect is, you know, you're not doing what we're telling you to do when we tell you. He's that's triggering him even more. Oh, this guy's such a doofus.
You poor fella.
Ain't for me.
I don't know how tall you are. This guy seems pretty short. Maybe that's why he's pissed off. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
he's a little guy.
Yeah, it looks like a little tyke out there.
That's a nice shot of you. So they talking about over here.
Oh, they really hate when you do this. And they have their little powwow session when you get closer to them. Did you FOIA the body cams on this already? Hold on a second. I'm not hearing you. Let me see. Is it? Well, I hope it ain't on my side. Let's see your mic. Oh, crap. Hold on a second.
My internet over here.
Yeah, I don't know why that.
Oh, you had
happened.
me muted.
Sorry about that, guys. All right. So did you FOIA this?
Yeah, I got the body camera up. It's on YouTube now. I had to take the video down and do some editing, and I just put it back up yesterday or a couple days ago.
We'll talk about that if you want to in a minute about that. I think I remember now. Okay, let's go back to this. For those who didn't catch the beginning of the live stream, ProveAllThings FOIA'd this information once we heard about this situation, and we got shot down by their attorney. They have a firm that represents the county there, the sheriffs, and they shot us down for our public information request over some nonsense. But anyway, let's go.
Yeah, this is Officer Busby. I'm trying to get a shot at your tag there.
You've already got plenty of shots in my tag, man.
You guys back it up. I don't have a gun, no weapon. I got a camera in my hand. What are you backing up for? If you're that scared, you need to find you another job, sir. You guys scared shitless of me. And this is our heroes.
Not in the least, sir.
Our heroes. What's the record at? See what they're doing? They're trying to cook up something. He's biting his nails trying to figure it out. See him? Look at him biting his nails on the phone with the supervisor trying to figure it out.
I don't want to skip anything here. This video is not terribly long, guys. Just ride it out with Pata and Third Coast here. don't want to skip it too much. I want you to see everything in context. Because the end of it's where the...
I need to hear what you're saying. It's my First Amendment right. I can hear what you're saying.
Get over there.
Am I being for what reason?
Because I'm telling you to get over there.
For what? It has to be a law. You got to back it up with a law.
I am giving you a lawful order to get out of the road, get over there in the median, and you are refusing to do so. So if you want to go to jail for resisting an officer,
that's a secondary charge. I have to have I have to have a misdemeanor or higher for you to do that. Yes, I do. I will sue your ass.
I don't care what you do. We have lawyers for that. Go stand in the grass.
You got lawyers for that.
Yes.
Did you hear that? He's not worried about being sued. He has lawyers for that. You don't mind me asking, can you tell me how long you've been an officer, Mr. Busby?
Long time.
Long time? Okay. I just like to do a little friendly interview. I'm not going to try to...
I'm good, man.
You're good?
I've been violating rights for years. Thanks for asking.
Well, what made you decide to become an officer? With some higher calling you felt like you wanted to help people in need? Or was it you want to get criminals off the street?
It certainly wasn't me, I can assure you.
I agree with you, probably wasn't. I imagine that.
You do this on the regular? Just curious.
I don't answer questions, sir.
I love it. Third Coast is batting 1,000 right now with not answering questions, y'all. He is a not answering questions expert.
Talk a lot, though. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, I like talking a little bit sometimes.
How long you been living in Louisiana?
I don't answer questions.
Where you live in Texas?
I don't answer questions.
Married?
I don't answer
Wife,
questions.
kids?
Oh, thanks for asking, but I don't answer questions.
Did he tell you to back up?
You told him several times.
Back up.
Did you tell me to back up?
If he told you to back up, back up. All right? It's not that hard.
I'm standing where I'm at. There's plenty of distance between us. There's plenty of distance between us.
But when somebody asks you to back up, just back up, dude.
Is it against the law? Is that a lawful order?
Because we have.
Is that a lawful order?
Yes. Yes, it is.
What law?
Doesn't matter.
What law? You don't know what law?
You guys catch that? What law? Doesn't matter.
No, that's not going to work. That's a secondary charge. I studied the law.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you guys, I studied the law. I've done it for years.
We're not in Texas.
Yeah, I studied the law. I know what I'm doing right here.
You know it's illegal to park on the shoulder of the road there, though.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's not a problem. That's not an issue.
We're not in Texas. We don't have primary and secondary laws, okay?
I studied laws of every state. Nothing trumps the United States Constitution.
You're right. But the United
Okay,
States
thanks.
Constitution is not broken down into small laws. That's why they give it to every state.
Those small laws you states have do not trump the Constitution of the United States of America. So am I still being detained?
Yes, sir.
My ID still hasn't come back yet.
I'm aware of.
Not that you're aware of. Excuse me, Officer Hemphill, has my ID come back yet? My driver's license?
I haven't heard anything back.
Well, look, the Supreme Court gave you 20 minutes.
They did not set a time.
They set a time of 20 minutes. They allowed you 20 minutes for a stop, for detainment. You say I was just reaching in my pocket. You didn't even look at me. You didn't see what I was. Come on. But what's going on? I just reached and grabbed my vape. You didn't pay attention. You're looking over there.
You're saying you have something on your shoe we're concerned about?
I don't answer questions.
Hey.
went and told Hit Bill that I have something in my pockets because I just told Busby, you heard it on camera. I heard what you just told. I heard what you just told him. I heard what you just told him.
So he's trying to incite a reaction, something crazy, by implying that there's something dangerous in your pockets. Because they wouldn't be saying they think you have a pack of gum. When a cop walks over to another cop and says, hey, he's got something in his pockets, that's usually implying there's something either illegal or deadly in your pocket. It's not because there's credit cards. There's something in there. He's trying to lay that seed in case there's a use of force or it escalates. He's trying to say, hey, well, I was told there was something. We weren't sure. We weren't, their net they're casting is very broad. They're trying every angle. As you guys can see where they're sitting over here, what do you think they're talking about? How they can, not violate this citizen's right? No, they're sitting there trying to figure out some way to jam him up. That's why they're all don't want him to hear it, and that's why they're talking right there. There's nothing to be talking about other than that for them to be talking that long. So that right now, I'm sure, right, Third Coast?
Yeah, thank you for pointing that out, man, because the body camera shows that, I don't want to divulge too much right now, but the body camera will show that that's kind of what was happening because, you'll see it later. But yeah.
It's because I just told Busby, you heard it on camera. I heard what you just told. I heard what you just told him. I heard what you just told him. I just told you I was putting my hand in my pocket to get my vape. You weren't paying attention to it. I don't have to verbalize it. I do not have to verbalize that for you, Officer Busby. You got a K9 in the back. It's Officer Hempel's K9. Is he getting hot in there? And they're trying to cook up something on me. Am I still being detained?
Yes.
Are you going to write me a traffic ticket? Can y'all go ahead and write me the traffic ticket so I can be on my way? Your 20 minutes are up.
All right. You're free to go. Have a good day.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Have a good day.
All right. For the people watching that may not understand what Third Coast is talking about when he says your 20 minutes are up, the Supreme Court has ruled a reasonable time for the police to detain someone absent of extenuating circumstance is 20 minutes. So if their computer's glitchy and having problems and it's not coming back and whatever their excuse to prolong the stop is, that's not your problem. They can't detain you for 3 hours because they have a problem with their computer coming back running your name, because they're taking your freedom and liberty from you during that time. So absent of a circumstance that requires more time legitimately, then they can't do that. The same thing goes when it calls for open air sniffs of vehicles. So lacking probable cause, sometimes, cops have a hunch that you may be trafficking or carrying some illegal narcotic. If they don't have probable cause, like a descent, and we all know they can lie and make this up, but let's just say they want to do a random search and they can't hold you there until they get a canine there, as long as they want to. They have to make it quick. Now, if they have probable cause, it's another story, but I'm talking absent probable cause. So Third Coast basically was declaring that, hey, you don't have the right to just hold me here as long as you want. I can stay here if I want to, but that's not the issue we're talking about. We're talking about being detained. Am I getting this about right, Third Coast?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to exercise to them, the 20-minute decision. And at this point, they've already had me there for like 40 minutes.
Right. Yeah, and they want you off the road, but they're detaining you, which is okay. Let's see here.
I'm not required to leave.
Leave.
Are y'all going to give me a ticket?
No, we're not. We're going to give you a verbal warning.
That's nice of you guys.
To quit parking on the left shoulder of the road, okay?
All right.
Have a good day. Leave. Please leave.
Look at these scumbags. They're still conspiring. You'll see what they cooked up in a second. Oh, this is egregious. This is crazy.
You want one of them? I like your sunglasses. I like your sunglasses. They're a little fruity. I like them though. All right, you guys have a good one, man. Y'all trying to do your jobs on my money. I don't like to see you guys sitting around talking, taking breaks.
Leave.
You have a good day now. I'm getting out of here. I gotta go home and drink some beer, guys.
Have a good day. Don't drink and drive. Stay off drugs and stay in school.
What a doofus, man. Oh my goodness, guy's a doofus. Stay off drugs and stay in school. Take your own advice.
Yeah, for real.
It looks like he dropped out 80s on something. Goodness gracious. So if it stopped here, it would, hey, I mean, you know. All right, hold on to your tits and bits, everybody. It's going to get interesting in a couple of minutes. Watch what happens after this. This is why we're here.
Guys. Grand Parish at the best. It's Grand Parish, Louisiana. That's their finest right there.
About as sharp as a bowling ball.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I like excursions. I've had a couple
That's
of them.
the police station they're working out of.
Yeah, it's nice.
I had the diesel, 7.3 liter diesel.
Yeah, the windows in very back go down. That's what I like about it in the bed.
Yeah, the back that would come out like that.
Yeah.
Ears, yeah. I remember that. All right, so as you guys can see, he's driving off, left the scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing too crazy yet.
camera work's not too good right here.
This is one of your first videos you recorded, right?
Yeah, this is my very first video I ever put on YouTube.
My first video was a total wreck, man. I'm with you. It takes a minute to get, the hang of it. I mean, that's why I'm not saying nothing. I botched my first one bad, man. It was really bad. It was all, yeah, it was, yeah.
There's a lot going on people don't see.
We were in the same club. I'll just put it like that. Now I have the gimbals and, can hold things a lot better equipment, better experience,
Yeah.
All right, guys. So pay attention to what's about to happen here. It says 1 minute later, and check this out. This is nuts.
Yeah, right. I put that up because the cop is trailing me right now. I just see him trailing me. So in a second, I'm going to put the camera up. You're going to see him behind me.
All right.
There he is right there. They're following me home. They're stalking me.
Unbelievable.
I pulled into a store and let them pass me up.
They're stalking my house. They're on my street now, stalking my house.
So you pulled into a store and let them go by you to kind of get them off your ass, if you will?
Exactly.
Then they went to your residence.
They went to. They were sitting in my driveway. I seen them down the street, and they pulled out when I pulled the camera up, and we passed right there.
All right. So watch what these pigs do. Not all officers I'm going to give the pig label to, but these officers, they get the pig label. These are pigs right here.
Oh, they're filthy.
And pulling away.
So there he turns on his cherries and berries and turns around here. Third Coast is on a dead-end street.
That's right.
A street they probably never actively patrol.
No, they're never on this street.
Yeah. Why would they, unless there was a call there or something? You're not going to need a speed trap on a dead-end street.
At this point, I know they're trying to tow my car. So I'm trying to get into my driveway because I know that they're dirty and they're trying to do something.
Right. And really, when's the last time in a neighborhood a cop has pulled you over with sirens blaring? If you think about it, that was a tactic to get attention, to cause embarrassment, to create a scene, to stir up shit. That was his whole purpose of that. I barely can recall ever getting stopped where the sirens are blaring with the lights. Normally the lights are sufficient. This guy's trying to cause a scene and embarrassment around his home and his neighbors. That's the whole point of that blaring, obnoxious siren in a neighborhood.
Okay, this is harassment. For what? What am I being detained for? Articulate it for me. For what?
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
What am I being arrested for? What am I being detained?
All right, this is where it's going to get interesting, guys. So you see right there, his vehicle was towed from his driveway. And let's watch this out. Then Third Coast, I'll let you take over and kind of explain. If you want me to play another video, let me know. But this is kind of where it's going to go on your side to tell what all is going down from this point forward. Let me finish this video out here.
I've just been released from the Parish Detention Center on completely fabricated charges. These charges are aggravated destruction of a highway of commerce. That's a felony, carries 15 years in prison, along with several misdemeanors, flight from an officer, obstruction of public passages, resisting an officer. All these charges are fabricated. They are fabricated on me by the Grant Parish Sheriff's Office for exercising my constitutional rights, for recording them in public. Right now, in my hand, I have a Section 1983 civil rights lawsuit that I will be filing shortly. I am now requesting any cop watchers or auditors to please come to my assistance in this area. I'm the only one out here, and I need your help. Thank you.
Well, Prove All Things is here, baby.
Yeah, y'all came, man. I sure appreciate everybody's help.
I don't think I'm not beyond showing up down there. So before I play any more videos, can you just kind of go over what you said at the end there, because it was kind of low, and just let people know what they charged you with at that point?
Okay. At that point, I had just sat in jail for 15 days. 2 weeks they had me in jail. And the charges were aggravated obstruction of a highway, and that carries up to 15 years in prison. And then they hit me with blocking of public passages. Okay. And that all comes from the last part of the video. Now, the officer never mentioned in his police report the interaction on the highway just 5 minutes earlier. All these charges came from that part of the video when I seen the cop on the neighborhood street.
So okay, let's slow down. That is what threw me off. When I first heard about this felony obstruction of a highway, I assumed that they waited till he drove off, and then they got some information back, or some prosecutor, somebody, gave him the clearance to go, okay, well, since he pulled over on the side of that road, then you can get him with felony obstruction of a highway, which I thought was ludicrous.
Yeah.
But you know what's even more ludicrous, Patafam, is what he's saying to you right now. That wasn't even the charge. That wasn't even the location that they are giving him this charge of felony obstruction of a highway. It was in his neighborhood.
Exactly.
His neighborhood, guys. His neighborhood. They charged him with felony obstruction of a highway. That's unbelievable. If that is not embellishment. And what did they say? They claimed a third coast that a car had to go around you, or that's what they claimed.
Yeah. And in the other video, I got a picture of his police report on the screen. Like I said, he never mentions the interaction on the side of the highway. He's saying right there on my neighborhood street, when I put my phone out the window, there was traffic directly behind me. They had to go all the way off the road just to get around me. And he said it was a white car. There was no car on the road. There was nothing around my car. It was a bull-faced lie. That's this dirty cop, Brennan Flory, that put that lie out there. He's a sleazebag.
So let's back it up. Let's say that there literally was a car. Okay.
Okay.
Let's say it was. Let's say that there was legitimately a car behind you, and they had to drive around you because you were stopped on the road.
Okay.
When is the last time you guys think that somebody has got a felony for being stopped on a road? Maybe say they're looking at their phone or something like that, or some other distraction. The baby threw up in the back and they're dealing with I don't know. But let's just say there's something going on. They don't move for a few minutes for whatever reason, and they are blocking a neighborhood street, and God forbid you have to drive around them. Who in here thinks that should be a felony? Who thinks you should spend potentially 15 years in prison because your vehicle was stopped on a road and somebody had to drive around it? Does that sound like a hard time kind of thing to you? When I think of something like felony obstruction of a highway, I picture some asshole out with a chainsaw, right? Working some big oak tree and cutting it in such a manner to when it falls over and he fells it, it goes boom, and it covers the lane, the travel lanes of a highway. I picture somebody in a big semi truck, you know, cutting right in front of a interstate, turning off the truck and disabling the truck somehow and protesting there with something sprayed painted on the back of the truck. You know, something crazy like that. For the life of me, I can't understand how they would even have the stupidity to charge you with felony obstruction of a highway, even if it did happen, which I totally believe you that it didn't happen. But even if somebody did have to drive around you because you were stopped in a street of, you know, of a neighborhood, it's a big deal. If you're looking at your map for directions, I mean, that's not a felony. It's just simply not a felony. Now we got to be transparent here and let the audience know that they took those charges off, but they still have they took that charge off. Let me be clear, that charge off. Yeah. Because obviously it was BS from the beginning. It was never intended to stick. It was supposed to scare you and intimidate you. That's obvious because it's not a real charge. It's not legitimate for that situation. But they still have they dismissed it without prejudice, so they can still bring it back up. So they still want to keep that fear over you, that thumb over you, even though that should have been dismissed and the cop should have been reprimanded if justice was actually going to be served here for even charging you with such nonsense. Yeah. But not only did they not reprimand the cop, they're still keeping that on the table as a potential charge that they could bring back up on you if they choose to.
Yeah, exactly. I'd like to point out one thing too. Now, at this point where he says I'm blocking the road, now mind you, I pointed my phone out the window and towards the back of the road where he said the cars were, and you can see there's nothing back there at that point. So it's completely fabricated.
Which video do you want me to put where it shows that? Let's see, just the same video, the end of the same video?
Go to Dirty Cops Totally Exposed.
Let's see, dirty.
That's all the pretty language on the front of it.
Oh, right here?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
What they got going on here? Yeah, it ain't working. They just talking.
So, in a nutshell, this has cost him multiple charges. If Horn is hunking, what does that say?
Oh, yeah, you got to read that one.
If Horn is hunking, dial 911. So they got some kind of system in their car if it gets too hot, maybe, or something for the dog. I don't know what the hell that means.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't know what that means either. If Horn is hunking down. Okay. If anybody knows what that means, then yeah, hit me up.
Okay, this is unit 250. All right.
This is the kind of the beginning of that video we just watched, right? Okay.
Yeah. I crunched it down to 2 minutes and
Go ahead.
I crunched it down to about a 10-minute interval on here.
This has some body cam in it, right?
Yeah, it has some body cam. It's about to switch to the body cam here in a second.
Let's get it.
Filming Grand Parish Sheriff's Department deputies Brennan Flory and Ethan Hemphill. Well, I got the discovery.
Yeah, they're just talking. They ain't working.
Can we help you? You answer questions? You just staying on public highways?
The DA's office withheld this body camera footage for 6 months. They did not finally hand it over to my attorney until the night before trial. On my trial date, my attorney gave me his laptop and allowed me to view this footage inside my vehicle.
Was it your trial or your pre-trial conference?
No, this was my trial, but when I got back into the courtroom, because I'm sitting in my car in the parking lot filming this from my attorney's laptop, but when I got back into the courtroom, the judge recused himself from my cases. So the trial got set off. So I go back to trial November 30th for this.
Mm-hmm. I'll talk to you some stuff off camera, some advice that I have. The reason I don't want to say it on camera is I don't want anybody to misconstrue what I'm telling you as legal advice. Because, you know, anytime you do this type of thing, you're going to attract some haters. So not everybody that's watching this is on our side, if you will. But anyway, I do know that you have the right to get your evidence before trial. You should have it. And I don't mean the day of or 2 days before, but well before trial. Your discovery or disclosures is called in some states. You need to have that sufficiently before trial to prepare your defense. The day before trial, the day of, all this crap, nah, there's a problem in that in itself, as I'm sure you might know.
Yeah, the
I
DA.
took the liberty.
Go ahead. Would you say something?
I was going to say, yeah, the DA's been withholding evidence every step of the way on this, and the sheriff's department too. They haven't been able to release anything. They wouldn't even release my police report to me. I had to wait till discovery to get my own police report. But that's all.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. See, here's the thing, guys. When we do audits like this, a lot of people, they only see the surface. They see the initial contact. They don't understand that an audit, if done correctly, will show more than just one thing. And that's kind of what you're seeing here is we're peeling back the layers. So this may have started with Third Coast approaching officers on a highway, but as you're starting to hear, there's problems after that. There's problems with him getting his discovery properly. There's problems with judges excusing themselves at the last minute. You see what I'm getting at? There's other problems being exposed by his initial actions. And that's part of auditing. That's part of this whole thing. If you look at some of my audits, especially the one in Macon County, Illinois, which I'll be doing a follow-up on that one, you guys are gonna like this letter right here that I got from the Macon County Court when I went in there and did my audit there. It started off as a filming in public thing. It ended up with PATA changing legislation. That's right. Started off as me filming. It ended up with our efforts at Prove All Things changing legislation and rules and policies within the Illinois court system. So what Third Coast did here is going to hopefully, depending on how this all plays out, make changes like a ripple effect through other things. So as you're hearing right now, you know, there's other problems with this department and legal system down there in Louisiana.
Of recording it from my cell phone.
That's right. I know you said glory. Okay. So you do not pull up here and say, "I'm wondering why my employees are my people are sick." I'm not sure. Okay, let's get that straight right now. Okay. What did you run that command? We could come back to you. Mr. Robert Thompson. Is that him? No, he didn't come out with a picture. They didn't come out with a picture. Is your name Robert Thompson? I don't answer questions. Why? It's my first name, right? Not to. It's my fifth name, right? But you do live in the state of Louisiana. I kind of like this guy. Where you are required to identify yourself when you're subject to a law enforcement investigation. Okay. I was subject to a law. Yes, sir. Because you took it upon yourself to park your truck on the left shoulder of the road and approach my patrol vehicle and start filming it all the way around it.
So there you hear Deputy Hemphill say over the radio that he's running my name because I filmed his patrol car all the way around it. I think we all know what Ethan Hemphill is saying here, that this is one bad, crooked cop pulling up.
Are these all the complaints against him that you're flashing up here?
Yeah, that's just against Hemphill and Flory, the two sheriff's deputies.
Mm-hmm.
That is very suspicious.
This officer right here is he? What's his name? Hempel? Is that him?
Hemphill. He's a crybaby.
Yeah, he's almost has like a toddler mind state. He literally talks like maybe a teenager at best, but his affect, and I'm not saying this I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being serious. His affect and his speech and reasoning capabilities are very adolescent. If you look at the way he talks and acts, he's like a child. He has a childlike mind state. The other officers, not so much, but him, it really sticks out to me that he really is kind of immature. You know, something's off with his maturity to be a sheriff. It really is. And I'm not trying to clown him. I'm just being honest.
No idea what's going on. I think you might have a little bit better, but I'm not sure.
No, you have no idea what's going on with Brad.
Did she send a picture home?
So at this point, while I'm talking to Deputy Hemphill, Officer Chris Busby walks up to Brennan Flory's patrol car to hold a conversation. Where he turns his body camera off.
Okay, real quick, we're gonna keep playing, but Third Coast, I advise you to take a look at the comments. There's one of our watchers or supporters in there that says you need to know the rules of criminal procedure in the jurisdictions you are being tried in. That's kind of what I was alluding to earlier when I said that we'll talk more, but basically they need to give you your discovery by a certain time. And if they don't, then that's a problem. Maricopa tried that with me after my arrest there in Maricopa, Arizona. The prosecuting attorney did not have my records. You have to ask for them, believe it or not. In most places, you have to execute that right, so to speak. And also your right to a speedy trial, you need to declare that. Well, I declared it just so I couldn't be, I'm not giving you legal advice here. I'm not an attorney, but it would be wise for a person, in my opinion, to not waive their right to a speedy trial in most scenarios. And also to make sure by your first pretrial conference that all discovery and what they call disclosures or discovery, depending on the jurisdiction, are furnished to you. So the fact they didn't do that before you said trial, not pretrial, but trial, that's sketchy, man. That's not a good look on their side.
I'm definitely going to have to look into that.
Yeah, we're going to talk more about this directly, but this I wanted to get out there in front of everybody, this situation, because it's just so crazy to me that they charge you with a felony and all these other laundry list of charges from nothing. It's almost, well, it is scary. It's scary that they would do this because they were annoyed with you filming them. It all stems from you them being annoyed that you filmed them. You didn't even go up to them talking crazy to them. No. I've seen a lot of auditors walk up to police, and I'm sure you have too, watch these videos where They call them every name in the book, and your mother this, and you suck. I mean, they are just on them, you know, and they, you know, they flash bright flashlights in their face and have oink honkers and all kind of. I mean, you were very tranquil.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't
honestly, you were very tranquil, in my opinion, compared to what they should be able to deal with. They should be able to deal with way more than what you did. All you did was walk up with a camera and circle their vehicle, and you were, man, on a, if 10 was the worst and 1 was the most passive, you were probably, in my opinion, a 2 at best. The cops seemed more triggered by you saying you're my employee than anything you actually said vulgar wise. This is just nuts. Anyway, let's continue.
Now, this body camera came in 2 parts, so I have to upload the other part because he cut his body camera on and off. But while I'm doing this, Chris Busby and Brennan Flory are orchestrating my illegal arrest. Now look at this. Chris Busby reactivates his body camera, and now his right arm is resting on the door frame of the car.
One star. Geez.
What's his record at? It's on his way.
I wonder if they
If
really.
you remember my original video, they're trying to tow my vehicle while I'm standing right there, calling it abandoned, while at the same time refusing to let me get back in it to leave.
I wonder if they ever even actually called a record. Do you think they did?
I mean, I think at one point they did. I don't know what happened. I think maybe Flory got on the phone with a supervisor or somebody, and they told him no, they can't tow my truck. So, and maybe that's what I don't know what happened because they were over there talking privately, and I don't know what all was discussed. But it was to my detriment. I know that.
Right. The other thing is those body cams. That I want to try to start a movement where they are not allowed to alter or mute anything while they're out in the field. I want to see if they can actually do that. I see no justifiable reason why they are able to do that on a call. I don't get it. Now in post, before it's released publicly, I definitely see the reason that you want to redact certain information before it's put out in the public, such as home addresses, social security numbers, things of that nature, full names of victims. I mean, I get it. There's certain things you don't want to put out there, but for the most part, that should be determined by the superiors, in my opinion, not the officer out on the field. It kind of defeats the purpose of having a body cam if it can be toggled on and off at will, muted on and off at will during a call. It's an illusion of transparency, but it seems like that body cam is more there for their benefit than the public's view into what their public servants are doing while they're on the clock, if you will. Those body cams, it seems to me, are there more for the police when they do that kind of crap, which they're doing right now. It's not really transparency at all. It's a joke.
You know, Officer Busby committed a crime when he turned that body camera off. He destroyed evidence.
I mean, that's what I think. I mean, that's the argument, but they're going to say it's protecting, private information or police tactics, or they're going to spin it in some way to justify it. Of course, they'll never say, "Hey, we were plotting against the citizens' rights." They're never going to say that, but I mean, I see police do it all the time, so I'm sure there's some loophole right now where they are able to legally do it and not get in trouble for it. But in reality, you're right. It's destruction. It's destruction of evidence. It's tampering with evidence, if nothing else, because that's a device that's made to record the situation. So I hope that they change it one day, because otherwise it's just a big shit show with the whole body cam thing most of the time.
Now here you see Officer Chris Busby of the Creola Police Department approach Brennan Flory's patrol car window again, and here he cuts his body cam footage off for good while the interaction is still going on. Now this is what I got from the DA's office the night before trial. A bunch of chopped up body cam footage.
No, we're not. We're going to give you a verbal warning
That's nice of you guys.
to quit parking on the driver's the left shoulder on the road, okay?
All right.
Have a good day. Leave. Please leave.
You want your window down?
So, after a 45-minute detainment for filming them, I am allowed to leave. While I am then followed, stalked home, and arrested in my driveway by Brennan Flory and Ethan Hemphill.
You guys have a good one, man. Y'all try to do your jobs on my money. I don't like to see you guys sitting around talking, taking breaks. You have a good day now.
Shout out to Richard Davis. He said he just called them and let them know how close their department resembles North Korea.
Oh man, thank you, Richard.
Appreciate you, Pat. Appreciates that. Let's see. JC McLean says depends on the departmental rules as far as the recording stopping goes. Yep, that's true. We know that. The rules are going to favor, it's the fox watching the hen house kind of thing. I mean, they're going to favor that. If they get to make the rules, they're going to make rules that favor what they want. The problem, what we need is their superiors. We, the people, need to make them not be able to do what they're doing and not be able to tamper with that recording at will. That's what needs to happen. It needs to become a law. We know after the fact that it's illegal to destroy a recording of something. We know that, but it's not so black and white while the recording is being made. And to me, it's when they're public officials and they're on the dime. I mean, they go to the bathroom, hey, turn it off, please. But on a call, man, there should be two buttons. Beginning of the call on, totally finished with the call off. Nothing in between. This and I don't know what's up with that 30-second audio buffer crap either. That's some more dumbness. As soon as it turns on, we have the technology. It should just start recording. Obviously, when you start recording, you want to record, so audio should be there as well. I don't understand that either. Anyway, I'm sure there's some reason somewhere.
They're stalking my house. They're on my street now, stalking my house. It's them pulling away.
All right, let me freeze the screen.
This is where all the charges come from, right here. That picture.
Wow.
But see, they're saying there's cars behind me.
And they said they had to drive off. They try to embellish it like they had to do some kind of dangerous maneuver. They had to drive around you or into off the road or something. I remember the statement was something stupid like that to drum it up, to make it sound like you were some hazard on a highway. First of all, does this look like a highway to anybody? Pat fam, anybody out there? I mean, when's the last time you seen a highway look like this with no markings on it? I mean, this looks like to me a residential, quiet, lazy street.
It is.
Extremely lazy. And yes, it does matter, because if you run across this street, it's a lot different than running across Interstate 25. Or, you know, if you run across an interstate, it's a lot different than running across a neighborhood street. So yeah, the street does matter. And to say that he obstructed, felony obstruction of a highway, that just tells corruption. It just tells that they're corrupt. That should have never even been printed on a piece of paper.
Now pay attention right here. This is where this dirty cop, Brennan Flory, lies on his police report.
Oh, this is good. Let's stop this. Probable cause. All right. Sheriff's patrolling Red Oak Lane. So once again, guys, this has nothing to do with the stop you saw when he was on the side of the, really, that wasn't even a highway in my opinion, but technically it probably was. So when he was on side of the road, when he's parked on the left side, this has nothing to do with that. This is a whole separate incident when he's driving in his neighborhood. So let's go over this. So Brendan Flory with the Grand Parish Sheriff's Office was patrolling Red Oak Lane, located in Pollock County community, of Grand Parish, when I observed a maroon Ford Excursion stop in the middle of the road. I noticed the driver lean out of his vehicle and began recording me as I drove by. I noticed the vehicle behind the vehicle stopped on the road. The vehicle was a white car. Most of the time, officers are a little more specific than that. Yeah. But anyway, it was just a white car. The white car had to stop and could not proceed down Red Oak Lane. The vehicle had to go into the shoulder of the road. So listen to that embellishment to make it sound as if this is a actual problem that was created by this man stopping, supposedly stopping. We pretty much can tell at this point this is all bull. But let's just say he did. And the car had to stop. Yeah, cars have to stop all the time when a vehicle stops in front of them. Yeah, it happens. And could not proceed down Red Oak Lane. So this excursion, because it stopped, it meant this white car cannot proceed anymore. So that sounds like it's a pretty big truck. If you literally block the whole entire street. And then it says the vehicle had to go into the shoulder of the road. So what? But that was probable cause for this man to be arrested, guys, because he stopped, filmed an officer that drove by. A car had to drive around him on the shoulder of the road, which was probable cause for an arrest.
But there was no car there at all, as you can see in the.
This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. So even if there was, that is not an arrest. Even if there was, let's say you stopped, you did whatever. You stopped the car, you're looking for something, you dropped your wallet in between the seat or your whatever, and you stopped, and a car had to drive around you. You stopped on the street, car had to drive around you. That's not an arrest. At best, that would be a ticket. At absolute best, even the ticket would be a stretch. Now, if there was an egregious blockage of the road, an intentional, blocking of some type of road where you parked your car sideways and you did in such a manner to where you wouldn't want anybody, you couldn't allow anybody to go by, that's another story. Maybe they could arrest you there. I still don't think it would count as a felony. Maybe, but this is not even close to that. This is nuts. This is absolutely nuts.
There's something else.
Go ahead, Thurkos.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But this is one thing I want to point out real quick. Who in the right mind, have you ever seen any car that would drive off the road at all when there's a cop right there? The whole thing is a lie. It doesn't even make sense.
I mean, going onto the shoulder, like let's say that there was a vehicle that was broke down. I could see somebody driving around and going on the shoulder. But with that being said, who cares? What difference does it make? If you have to drive around the shoulder because somebody's not paying attention or their car's disabled or whatever it may be, so what? What's the big deal? That's what the shoulder of the road can be used for in certain situations. I've driven around people broke down on the shoulder before. So what? It's I didn't get mad. I didn't think they should go to prison for 15 years. I didn't. It didn't even cross my mind. I've driven around people who were distracted on their phone at a light, and they're just sitting there distracted over something, and I drive around them because they're not moving. I still don't think they should do 15 years in prison. I just don't. That's stupid. The whole thing is stupid.
He says, I am blocking traffic, that there are cars directly behind me that have to go all the way off the road just to get around me.
Jeez.
No
He
car.
never mentions the encounter on the highway just 5 minutes prior to this.
This is absolutely scary.
Now you can see in front there's no car.
No, this is stupid. That's stupid. The whole thing is just stupid.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
ridiculous.
this is stupid. This is one trigger cop, man. He does not like being recorded. We're going to make sure we get a few auditors together and pay a visit down there.
Oh man.
I'm going to record the dog shit out of everybody.
Okay, this is harassment.
And look at that. That quick. Turn around, put your hands behind your back. You would think this guy just ran over somebody. I mean, for turn around, put your hands behind your back for felony obstruction of a highway. Man, oh my goodness, this guy, man, I don't know where you're at with your lawsuit, man, but I hope you nail this guy good. I hope you nail this whole department. Anybody has anything to do with this. This is corruption at its finest right here.
For what?
We won't even tell you what for.
Articulate it for me.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back.
For what?
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
What am I being arrested for? What am I being detained?
Now I know I did nothing wrong at all at this point.
Brendan Flory and Ethan Hemphill were both fired from the town of Ball for malfeasance. Shortly thereafter, they were hired by Grant Parish Sheriff Steve McCain, where Brendan Flory enjoys a privileged life of receiving awards and promotions. Both Brendan Flory and Ethan Hemphill have been promoted to sergeant since my original video first went viral.
Oh my goodness. All right, man, I'm going to let you have the wrap up here, the last words of what you want to say. Once again, guys, please go over to his channel. The links will be in the description. They're in the chat. Thank you, the moderators that have been putting that out there. We appreciate your work and batting down the haters. I've seen a couple comments get removed. JC McLean, thank you, and all the other people out there, that Mountain Girl and everybody. Appreciate all you guys. But, man, make sure you guys go over and subscribe to his channel. Share the video.
Yeah, thank you, man. The only thing I really want to say is I want to thank the community. You know, in that first video I put out there, I asked for cop watchers to help me, and they came through. Everybody's come through. You know, y'all put this video out there. Y'all put some attention on it, and maybe now the sheriff's department will think a little bit, at least next time. I hope. But yeah, thank you, everybody. Appreciate
All right. So, yeah, I dropped out there. Apologize about that. All right, guys, we're going to end this. Once again, thank you all the moderators. Thanks to Third Coast. Keep us posted on this situation when something comes up, and we'll be talking to you about it. But thanks for sharing your story. And if you guys want to redress your government, you feel free to call down there. If you do call, we ask that you be respectful. You know, don't call up there with any craziness or anything like that. but you have the absolute right to redress your government. We'll make sure all the contact information is, well, you see it in the video itself, but we're going to put it down in the description too when we do this video. So with that, I think we're good. You good, Third Coast?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Hey, thank you for featuring me. I so appreciate all your help.
Well, we appreciate your hard work. Keep fighting for our freedoms out there, but more importantly, you know, stay safe while you do it, you know, because you're down in one of the worst states in the whole country, brother.
I know it. I know
Yeah,
it.
there's some problems down there. I bet not just with that department, but a lot of them down there. But like I said, we're gonna roll through and we'll say hi when we come through.
All right, thanks.
So everybody, it's Prove All Things. We're out. Bless you all. Shalom.